I'm Aaron Hollowell. I'm from Nativity of Our Lord Jesus Christ Church. It's on the southeast side. For fun, I like to usually go out. I do a lot of hiking outside. I like to be kind of active outdoors. This summer we always go with summer field studies. They go out to Colorado or any random national parks, and they kind of go hiking for several weeks. And so I kind of like to do as much outdoors as I can. If whatever, hiking a lot is usually a fun activity for me. Enjoy it a lot. A lot of things. I think that you have to acknowledge the tradition of it. I think that's an awesome, one of the unique things that the Catholic faith brings to us, as well as the sacraments and everything like that. And those are great. Sacraments probably what make the most impact on my own life. Reconciliation and being able to go to adoration and Eucharist, and just the unique thing that the church brings to it is, I think, Christ is the real presence of Christ. I think that's the one thing that separates the Catholic Church above any other faith, is the fact that they say we can actually meet God face to face, not just in a ideological way, but in a real, actual, physical presence. And that's, for me, that's what kind of separates the church from anything else. It's a great experience and fun to have that opportunity. I would say I remember having a conversation. The first time I ever thought about being a priest, I was probably in 7th or 8th grade. My brother and I, Tony, we went out to Gettysburg to go. I was a big Civil War fan, still am. I love reading about it. Went out there and we were talking once, and I was like, I'd love to be a priest. I was like, I think that'd be kind of fun sometime. And that kind of fell away in high school, and in college it was kind of the same. I didn't really think too much about it. It was always there. But then I made a commitment, decided at one point my senior year to start going to daily mass. And I got a lot of joy out of doing that. I didn't really expect that to happen. So I got a lot of joy out of doing it, and so I started thinking maybe there's something else there. But after college, I went and taught for a few years. Taught at Vincennes Catholic School down in Vincennes. Taught it, had a blast. Students were some of the greatest kids I've ever met. They were fun to teach, and the more I talked to them, the more I saw how awesome it was to kind of be in a ministry and help kids teach and help people learn about the faith. And then I decided at some point, I was like, I had this calling here in me, and I could think about it all I wanted to, but until I actually just dove in, I don't think it would have ever, it would kind of have stayed there, and maybe if I didn't do it, it would have annoyed me at some point. So I was like, well, let's go. I wanted to see it. This is something that I feel like if God might be calling to me, it's worth the opportunity to go and to see if he actually is. So that was kind of, I remember at one point I decided to sit down. I was talking to my brother John, and he was like, I was just telling him the story. He's like, you should apply to be a seminarian. It's like, I hadn't told anybody else in my family that I was really thinking about that for about 8 years. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that night I wrote an email to Father Eric and said, here's what I'm doing. I'm teaching. I'd like to try to be a seminary. How about that? And so we met and had that dinner. So it was great. So then after that, finished the school year up. It was tough telling my students bye, but decided to go ahead and jump into it. You can't be wrong by praying. But obviously being open to the call is always that's the biggest thing. And then having the courage to kind of take that step. You can think about it and romanticize about it all you want, but until you try to make it a real thing, that's what makes it truly your own.